Good morning. My heart is broken today. And yesterday, or my last video, I talked about showing God's love in simple ways and sharing, the light of Jesus with the world and how it doesn't have to look like this super spiritual thing. But so after work yesterday, I had to go to the pharmacy and pick up my husband's heart medication. And I was determined to smile at every person I saw because, I am usually so busy with my tasks that I try to avoid making eye contact or talking to people. And I noticed something that just really rocked me, and my heart has just been broken over it. And so this morning, I'm just like, have my worship music on like I do in my, and then have my time with God where I either sing and pray or just sing, and I am just on my face before God about this. I don't really believe in coincidences. I think that things are set up sometimes for us to see things. And the two people that I saw at the pharmacy were both folks that I know are very involved in two local churches here. One is an older man that is, I guess, what you would call an elder. I've sat in a prayer meeting with him, and the other one lady is, she's, very involved in another church. Neither one of them looked up, and I know people are busy, but it was just, the gentleman in particular was what really rocked me. Not only was he very cranky with the cashier, but when I tried to meet his eyes, he did look at me and give me a look of disdain and then look away. And I don't know if he would have remembered who I was. That isn't important. It isn't about me. It's just about, like, what is this how the world sees the church? Is this how the world sees Christians? That we are out. Oh, the dog's barking. I gotta stop. Um, we are to be salt and light. We are to be the light of the world. And if we are only keeping that light for other people that we know share the same light, and we are going out in the world, and everybody has a bad day. I'm not saying that we have to be this, fake, full of joy people, but it just, I don't, it just broke my heart knowing that these two people that are so involved in the work of God present a cold, angry, non-caring exterior. Followers of God, lovers of Jesus, what are we doing? What are we doing? Is this what the outside world sees as Christianity? If it is, no wonder they're running away. No wonder they want nothing to do with Jesus and with God. And they just see these hypocritical, we're only kind to the ones that are kind to us type. We want charity and we want people to give to us, and we're always trying to get a deal, and it just disgusted me. My heart is so broken over it. I'm like, what are we doing as a church? And the church is not a building. The church is, the followers of Christ, the body of Christ, all these different things, like lovers of Jesus. That's the church. But what is going on? Are we so selfish that we cannot see the outside world and see the people that are hurting and know that all you have to do is look at them and smile. You don't have to present a 5-point sermon every time you talk to somebody. I don't even know what to say about this. And I really think that God showed me those two people, and they treated me, as an outsider. And I'm wondering, is that how we, as the body of Christ are teaching the outside world, unless we're on an outreach, or unless we're, right after Sunday service? In our everyday life as normal people, are we showing the love of God? Are we showing the light of Jesus? Or are we just keeping that for certain times? And I'm not perfect in this. I think I got to see that yesterday because I'm guilty of it as well. It was a eye-opening and convicting thing. I have been guilty of only speaking to and only loving the people that loved me and the people that belong to my holy huddle. But I think we have to do better than that. I know God's in control. I know He has a plan for everything, but we weren't given this all-encompassing grace, and we weren't saved so we can say, I'm saved, my children are saved, my husband's saved, and that's good enough. We're supposed to go out into the world and share the love that we were given, the grace that we were given, the forgiveness that we were given. And if we're going to just keep it to ourselves, that's not what we're supposed to be doing. We can't just keep it within the confines of one building for the people that enter that building. And we got to do better than this, church. We have to do better than this. Just smile at people when you go out in public. I'm so upset, and I can't even put the words into what I'm trying to say, but church, we have to do better than this. We have to. When I was a child, we went to a Baptist church, and I remember the pastor there calling it saved, sanctified, and sitting. And I feel like that's kind of where we are right now as a church. You secure your salvation, and then you just sit in it. You just sit in God's grace and His love, and that's fine, because we are saved and sanctified. But people are dying every day. People are searching for something. They're searching and searching and searching, the next pill, the next exercise program, and what they're searching for is God, for God's love, for His mercy. And we might be, I might be, you might be the only Jesus, the only thing that looks like God, that looks like Jesus and His love. You might be the only Jesus they ever see. And a pastor years ago said that to someone in my presence, and I have always remembered it. I may be the only example of the love of God that someone sees in their life. And if that is a passing moment at a pharmacy where I am angry and closed down to the outside world, God help me. God help me. And I'm not perfect. Of course, I'm not perfect. I'm not calling anyone to be perfect. We're not Jesus. We're not perfect. But think about if you proclaim to be a follower, a lover of God, a follower of Jesus, think about what you present to the world when you go out. Think about how you greet people, how you treat people, because you are an example of what the church and what Christianity looks like. And if that looks ugly and not friendly, I don't know what's going on in church. We need to wake up. We need to wake up. I don't want this to come off like an attack, and but that's just what was filling up my heart today. And my dogs just continue to bark in the background, and I'm so sorry about that. But we just have to remember that we are called to love God with our whole being, heart, mind, soul, all our strength, and love our neighbors as ourselves. And our neighbors are not just our physical neighbors that live next door to us, but they are every person that we run into. And that's what we're supposed to be doing. Thanks for listening, guys. Have a great day.